Citizen VM chairperson, the senior party representative, Citizen VM secretariat, diplomatic corps, and the members of media, good morning. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to condemn the incident that had happened in Mayom on 22nd of July, and I would like to take this forum to call the parties involved to cease hostilities and seek political resolutions. Chairperson, you have touched a lot of issues concerning the operation of Citizen VM. These issues include the withdrawal of the American from funding of Citizen and RJMEC. Indeed, it was very unfortunate that the U.S. government has withdrawn its funding at the time when the parties have reached some of the critical issues that were impeding the implementation of the agreement. These issues include reaching the deadlock on the Unified Command, and also formation of the committee to deliberate on the roadmap that will guide the parties toward the election. You know, this issue of U.S. funding, when I read their article, actually the U.S. only blamed the parties, but IGAD itself deserves a blame, because in the agreement here, they say in case of any critical issue that is involved, especially in Article 7.10, the RJMEC shall report the incident of violations and critical issues to the Article, and then copy to IGAD, to the chairperson of IGAD Council of Ministers. Then the chairperson of the IGAD Council of Ministers, upon the receipt of such reports, shall convene a meeting after every 14 days. But IGAD is not doing that. IGAD is too reluctant in the process of implementation of this agreement. So should we only blame the parties of the lack of political will, or IGAD itself, which brought these parties together? Because the American money, as we know, these are the taxpayers' money. So they cannot be used for funding mechanism that cannot influence the decision of parties. For us, as parties, we are just implementers. But the third party which is mediating us is IGAD. So IGAD should, at least if indeed the party agree for a new roadmap, then IGAD should also pay attention to what is going on, because once we disagree as parties, we cannot mediate ourselves. It needs the presence of the third party. So I myself, I don't blame only the parties to the agreement for the delay in the implementation of the agreement, but IGAD had also played a huge role there. And second, Citizen and RJMEC are only monitoring this agreement. They are not implementers. So the reason why some of the tasks are not implemented is because there is a lack of fund. If the US had used over 145 million for funding of mechanisms which are not implementers, leaving the mechanisms which are implementers, such as the JDV, JMCC, JTSC, then when they reconsider their decision to come back, I think they should look into these mechanisms, which are key in the implementation of some of the tasks provided for in the agreement. Because as citizens, we are only monitoring what the parties are doing, what parties are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do, and then we report accordingly. The same thing to RJMIC. Coming to the issue of the national monitors, I think this issue has been left out by many, but it's very important in this forum, at least for us to touch it, because the agreement here did not say the national monitors will be funded by their government or provided any article that allows the international to mobilize resources for themselves, giving national who are working with them. It is not there in the agreement. So it is the making of IGAD that is differentiating the national monitors from the IGAD mechanism. And this is a great challenge to our operation within citizens. Because if the national now are going for 5 months without payment, and last time we promised the government that after 6 months the citizen will get a donor, if I could remember very well. They did not say the government should take over for one and for all, but they said as for now the Chinese are withdrawn, citing the surge in the cases of coronavirus in their country. The government should take over the national monitors. But this separation of national monitors from the internationals and citizens is going to hamper our work. And I believe there will be a lot of negative consequences, either for us to shut down citizens, because if national are not working, that means citizens cannot work, or IGAD to provide a solution. The first mistake that was made during the negotiation was to bring international monitors, which are neighboring, from countries neighboring South Sudan. If they brought them from outside, they would have been neutral. But we cannot reverse what we have accepted, but I believe it was wrong. It was wrong because some of these had involved themselves in our conflict. They have a very big hand in what is happening in South Sudan. How do we know that their coming is of a great value to citizens or to the peace of South Sudan? Yet some of them fought physically. So, and that's why when we address one issue, another one come up. We address this, another issue come up within citizens. Chairman, I would like to put into your attention to take this matter seriously to IGAD. National monitors are part and parcel of citizen VM family. Therefore, as long as there is no provision that tells us that the international will mobilize resources for themselves, while national will only be supported by their government, we still have right to be facilitated by IGAD. Because the national body, the national monitoring body that was agreed to be funded by the government is JMCC, not citizen. So now it seems like we are giving headache to our government to pay us, and it was not in their budget plan before. If IGAD is not serious about the operation of citizens here in South Sudan, they should look for another alternative. The JMCC can still report and monitor the implementation of the agreement. Honorable Major General Abuja talked about whether the issue of intercommunal violence is a violation or not. But the provision of the agreement here mandated the parties to protect civilians. So I believe it is the responsibility of the party to protect those civilians in this scenario of Eastern Equatorial State. Those who are in charge of that particular area should be the one to deter this cycle of communal clashes. With these few remarks, I would like to welcome all of us to this meeting and hope we have a very fruitful discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much.